Welcome to the next edition of Nick's Intermix, where we look at the interactions of cards to see which ones fizzle, which ones sizzle, which ones are stable, and which ones are volatile. In the chamber this week, we start with some Kazon crew, pass by some independent upgrades, Federation talents, board talents, and more. This is Nick's Intermix. Let's begin with the Kazon raiding party. When attacking, if you inflict at least 2 damage, you may discard this card and reduce the damage to exactly 1 critical damage that ignores the opposing ship's shields. Disable 1 tech upgrade of your choice on the target ship and then steal that upgrade, even if it exceeds your ship's requirements. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Kazon ship. So let's throw it on the Relora Sankur, which naturally you get a bonus +1 attack die for any attack during the roll attack dice step of combat phase if you performed a green maneuver this round. Starts with a 4, can be bumped up to a 5, or any secondary weapon you use can get that additional +1. Now, how are we going to make the most of the Kazon raiding party? Well, there's a number of different ways we can do it. First up is Kazon weapon photonic charges. You can go for either the level 3 or the level 4. I prefer the 3 because it gives you range 1 to 2 instead of 1, only costs 3 points, and it's a disable. What it is, it's 3 attack, range 1 to 2, you place an auxiliary power token beside the target ship if there's at least 1 uncancelled hit or crit. Now, you want to get at least 2 damage, that's either a hit and another hit, a hit and a crit, or 2 crits, in order to make use of the Kazon raiding party. Well, how are we going to guarantee that that's going to be effective? Well, we can try something like Borg Alliance with the resistance is futile. So that's 2 talents, so you might want to use something like Car, or perhaps Con and something else like an Admiral or a Resource in order to give you that second talent. Now the Borg Alliance gives you 4 drone tokens on your captain's card. We're not really going to worry about the additional Borg tech right now. With resistance is futile, it allows you to discard the card and spend up to 3 of your drone tokens. You started with 4. Now we're only going to use 2 of them. And then you select a number of your attack dice equal to the number of drone tokens you spent. Remember 2. These dice cannot be cancelled during the compare results step of the combat phase. That means they get through guaranteed, and Kazon raiding party can trigger. Now you might be wondering, well, how do I make sure I get those 2 hits or crits in order to allow resistance is futile to lock them in? Well, given that this is not an action-dependent build, we'll be looking at the battle station or the target lock, situation permitting, and that will help you get the quality that you need to pull this off. In addition, you could use the operations officer resource, adds an extra crew slot, so you could put on someone like Joachim to boost your chance of pulling a more effective critical card. But more importantly, during the modify attack dice step of the combat phase, you may choose one of your attack dice and re-roll that die twice. One more way to ensure the quality of your rolls. Now, if you're working in a penalty pure environment, you could have selected Khan Singh for your captain, and he would make sure that you wouldn't pay any of the factional penalties for your upgrades. In addition, you could spend that battle station token we were talking about earlier to convert those battle station results all into crits instead of hits. One more way to ensure quality. Now, if you want to bump it up another notch and you have the freedom to do so in your venue, you can switch Con for Car, giving you that extra elite talent slot, and throw in attack pattern Omega, so that when you get that crit that gets converted for the Kazon raiding party, which goes direct to Hull, you're going to go and you're going to pull out a warp core breach. Now, in order to make that warp core breach more effective or give it more time to work, you're going to put faked messages on one of your friendly ships that's going to be out of range, because during the planning phase, after every ship's maneuver has been chosen, you may discard this card to target one enemy ship that is not within range 1 to 3 of your ship. Force that ship to change its chosen maneuver to a 1 straight maneuver. And as it says in the War Forum, when a card grants a maneuver to another ship, and that's not changing the dial but granting a maneuver, that maneuver is a white maneuver unless otherwise specified. So what this does is it prevents that ship from being able to perform its action because you would have used the photonic charges and you would have been placing an auxiliary power token on their ship. And without a green maneuver, you forced a white, that ship has no action step. so it cannot eject the core. It's stuck with the warp core breach for at least one more turn, giving you one more chance for boom. Now, unfortunately, I can't share all the wonderful combinations I came up with in this situation, but if you come onto our Facebook page and ask, I just might share them with you. This has been Nick's Intermix. Thank you for listening.